In the world of basketball, star power can launch a league into the spotlight, or burn it down just as fast. And no story captures that razor-thin line better than what's unfolding between Angel Reese and the Unrivaled league. Once the undeniable face of their first season, front and center in every highlight, every poster, every promo, Angel Reese was positioned as the heartbeat of Unrivaled. But in Season 2, her name was nowhere to be found. No press release, no injury report, no farewell post, just silence. Fans scrolled through the roster drop expecting to see her name headlining the list. Instead, what they saw was a blank space where the Unrivaled champion once stood. What happened between Angel Reese and Unrivaled? How did the league's biggest star quietly become its most controversial omission? And what does this decision say about the future of women's basketball? Today, we're unpacking the quiet breakup that changed everything. Let's rewind. Season 1. Angel Reese arrived at Unrivaled with unmatched energy. She wasn't just playing basketball, she was selling a movement. In interviews, she promised to bring swagger, spark, and a new era of showmanship to the women's game. And early on, she delivered moments that caught fire online: dominant stat lines, animated celebrations, and viral post-game soundbites. Social media couldn't get enough. Her clips flooded feeds, generating over 31 million views across platforms. For a brief moment, it looked like Unrivaled had found its megastar. But beneath that glittering surface, small cracks were already forming. Behind the highlights was a growing pattern, one that insiders say became impossible to ignore. Technical fouls piling up, turnovers in critical moments, and body language that screamed individual spotlight over team flow. Multiple teammates reportedly began noticing that the cameras seemed to get more of her attention than the court. Even as the playoff race intensified, Reese's off-court persona, podcasts, social media posts, curated appearances, often seemed to take center stage. And then came the playoffs. When the lights were brightest, Angel Reese wasn't there. While her team prepared for the postseason push, Reese chose to sit out. She didn't travel, didn't suit up, and didn't stand courtside. Fans tuned in expecting their star, and saw her celebrating through FaceTime, cheering from afar like a distant relative at a family reunion. For a player who proudly called herself Unrivaled's first champion, the optics were brutal. From the outside, it didn't look like rest. It looked like walking away. And here's where reputations in pro sports are forged, or fractured. Reese's decision during the playoffs didn't fade into the background. It stuck. Across locker rooms, whispers grew louder. Was she reliable when it mattered most? This wasn't isolated to Unrivaled. Over in the WNBA, her tenure with the Chicago Sky followed a similar pattern. Her rookie season ended early with a wrist injury. Her sophomore campaign wrapped up with back issues. But within weeks, she was appearing at events, signing brand deals, and maintaining a busy social calendar, even as questions lingered about her availability. Inside the organization, coaches reportedly questioned her focus. Teammates, uncertain whether she'd be locked in or distracted, began to see a pattern. Big moments, missing presence. In professional sports, talent buys you time, but only if dedication keeps pace. And for Reese, league insiders say her off-court narrative was starting to outweigh the on-court results. Even Unrivaled, a league built to embrace personality as much as performance, started to calculate whether the drama was worth the clicks. Early in Season 1, Reese's virality brought a surge of attention. But when the numbers were analyzed more closely, executives found something unsettling. After the first weekend's buzz, TV viewership dropped to roughly 100,000 per game, down 2/3 from the opener. The memes stayed. The real fans didn't. Her name trended frequently, but not for her gameplay. Public feuds, post-game callouts, technicals, sponsors began asking whether this was attention that sells tickets, or just noise. Behind closed doors, the tone shifted. Marketing teams studied ROI charts that kept sliding down. Sponsors expressed hesitation. Players quietly rolled their eyes when her name trended, knowing it likely meant more controversy than contribution. The conclusion became clear. Virality without loyalty is a losing bet. So when Unrivaled prepared its Season 2 roster, the league didn't hold a press conference. It didn't issue a statement. It didn't draft a farewell tweet. It simply left her name off the list. And in that silence, they delivered their loudest message yet. This wasn't a negotiation delay. Insiders described it as a strategic reset. By moving forward without Reese, Unrivaled signaled to fans, sponsors, and players that accountability mattered more than attitude, that they were ready to prioritize stability over spectacle. Investors reportedly applauded the move. Sponsors, weary of weekly PR cleanups, saw it as a step toward long-term credibility. The league had learned the hard way. Paying for unpredictability is expensive. And while Angel Reese's chapter with Unrivaled quietly closed, another star was emerging, one whose approach stood in stark contrast. Enter Caitlin Clark. While Reese leaned on persona and provocation, Clark built her brand on consistency, leadership, and team elevation. Her Indiana Fever didn't just improve, they transformed. Spacing improved because of her vision. Teammates found their rhythm because of her selfless play. Coaches praised her adaptability. This was leadership without the shouting, structure without the spectacle. And the results spoke volumes. Attendance records shattered, merchandise sales soared, broadcast deals expanded. Sponsors didn't just stay, they lined up. The league, fans, and investors began to rally behind a new archetype, the professional leader. Reese represented a gamble on drama as growth. Clark represented discipline as foundation. And when Unrivaled quietly locked the door behind Reese, it wasn't just about one player. It was a statement that the future of women's basketball belongs to those who treat the game like a craft, not a stage. Angel Reese's story isn't over. Talents like hers don't vanish. But her time as the face of Unrivaled has ended. Not with a press conference, but with a roster update. This was more than a firing. It was a turning point. A moment when leagues decided that controversy may trend, but consistency builds empires. What do you think? Did Unrivaled make the right call by leaving Angel Reese off the Season 2 roster? Was this accountability or abandonment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love deep basketball stories like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Because the game is changing, and we're here to break it down, one story at a time.